Hi AsianFeed, my name is Kelly Luu. I'm a co-writer and co-director of the short film Technicians, which is one of the short films for this year's Rising Voices. And today you're going to get to know me a little better as I answer some of these questions. So my go-to comfort food would definitely have to be a Vietnamese dish called bánh xèo. It's basically a savory Vietnamese crepe, and my parents used to make it for me all the time growing up. And to me, biting into it feels like, biting into a piece of my childhood. It just takes me back there. But one of my favorite times having bánh xèo was actually when we all went to Vietnam together. And we pulled over on the side of the road, and there was this woman there, and all she was cooking was bánh xèo. And the thing about these crepes is it kind of takes the shape of the pan that you cook it in. And growing up, my mom would cook it in this giant pan, so it comes out pretty big. And at this little stop in Vietnam, this lady was cooking, hand-sized bánh xèos, just kind of tiny. And my brother and I actually ate 50 total. And I just remember she was super impressed, and she said she's never seen anyone eat so many bánh xèos before. So I recently just had a baby, so my wife and I, the baby has pretty much become our main hobby / activity. But when I do have a chance, I'd love to go play some basketball. I'm a weekend warrior. I average a good 2 points a game, maybe. I sometimes get a dunk in there, here and there, but for the most part, it's all about getting that cardio in. This one's really tough. I really feel like as a filmmaker, as an audience member, your favorite films change over time. As you get older, you gain different life experiences. You start connecting to different aspects of a story. But as far as 3 films in no particular order that I have loved and stuck with me for years, first would definitely be Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. I feel like that is definitely a movie that grows with you, and you start relating to different aspects of those characters as you get older. The second film would be The Host by Bong Joon-ho, and I just remember seeing that for the first time and seeing that monster attack and having this appreciation for this monster story, but at the core of it, it's really a story about family, which I really relate to. And as far as the third film, it would have to be Back to the Future. I mean, it's a little cliche, but seeing that at such a young age, it really made me believe in the power of cinema. The greatest inspiration for my career would definitely have to be my parents. They were both people of Vietnam. They had to escape after the war and travel across an entire ocean and survive so much hardship in order to give me an opportunity to tell stories and make movies for a living. There's no greater inspiration than them. So every day I think about how lucky I am and the position I'm in and being able to do what I do, and it's all because of my parents and that leap they were able to make and the sacrifices they had to endure. So yeah, definitely 100% my parents. The best advice I've ever received was from my dad. I just remember I was getting ready to have dinner, and he had just been cooking this amazing meal, as he does, because he's such an amazing chef. And I was frustrated about something, and I sat down, and he looked at my face. He knew something was bothering me, and he said, "Don't be angry before you eat. The food won't taste good." And in the moment, maybe he was just talking about food, but I really took that to heart. And to me, he was talking about carrying these frustrations with you and how it really lingers and it makes you incapable of really experiencing, being in the moment. So I've ever since that day, I've taken that advice with me, and I try my best not to be angry, especially before food, because it just won't taste good. It's honestly really tough to think about doing anything else besides filmmaking, because it's been just such a huge part of my life and my brother's life, and we work together. So, it's just been a big part of our journey so far. But I do often catch myself thinking like, oh, if I could do anything else, what would it be? And I love cats, I love coffee, so it'd be amazing to open a cat cafe. and I would call it Moo Moo's Cafe because I have a cat named Moo Moo. And yeah, so the thing about this place though, I would make it very specifically just one area where writers can come and they talk about their writing and they just get a space to just focus and get pages done because it's just so tough. But yeah, and you get free coffee too. This whole place would be free. That's why it's a fantasy. You just show up, free food, free coffee, yeah, and maybe you'll adopt a cat. If I can have dinner with anyone, past or present, it would definitely be my grandma, my Banoi on my dad's side. And yeah, I just remember growing up, there was a time I believe I was like 14 years old and she actually came to America, and I didn't really cherish those moments. I didn't understand what a big deal that was for her to be able to travel from Vietnam to Massachusetts to this small New England town and not have any idea what was going on. And I wish I, really showed her to the town. I wish we spent more time with her then and took her out to some of our favorite places to eat or anything like that, And, we were fortunate enough to see her a few times in Vietnam before she passed away. And, but yeah, I think about that a lot. It's seriously like one of my biggest regrets. So if I were able to take that back and have a chance to just be with her and have a dinner at one of our favorite places in Massachusetts, it just would have been such a great memory to have. But yeah, I would definitely choose. I would pick my grandma for sure. Well, at the time of this recording, it is May 2024. So, I mean, the only song right now anyone's listening to is Not Like Us, Kendrick Lamar. I'm really excited about the premiere of our short film Technicians at Tribeca this year. So I co-wrote it and co-directed it with my brother Kevin. And yeah, it's just been, such an amazing journey so far making that film, and to have a chance to premiere at such a prestigious festival in front of some of our crew and cast and friends and family is just going to be such a great experience. And also, I know I grew up in Boston, Massachusetts, or New Bedford, Massachusetts, which is like 30 minutes away or 40 minutes away from Boston, but I've actually never been to New York. So this is going to be my first experience, and everyone has been so excited for me because, what a way to go for your first experience to be at Tribeca. So yeah, I've been telling everyone I really want that New York Uncut Gems experience, just pure anxiety for 24 hours straight. That would be absolutely amazing. My brother and I were so fortunate to be a part of season 4 of Indeed's Rising Voices. And it was really because of them and the mentorship of Hillman Grad and 271 Films that we were able to tell our story, Technicians. Now our short, without getting into spoilers, is about automation. It's about people's jobs being replaced. And at the core of it, it's a story about human connection in a world where that's becoming less and less prominent, which is sadly reflective of the world we live in today. And it's also partly inspired by our parents and their journey to America and how, yes, they were able to persevere off their hard work ethic, but it was also because of the kindness of strangers. And our hope is when people are done watching our film, they feel that. Yes, the future of work is scary right now, and it's uncertain and seemingly out of our hands. But one thing we can control is how we treat each other and how we can empathize with each other. But we are so excited for people to see our short Technicians. We're so excited for everyone to see the shorts from all the other cohorts in the program. Yeah, I just believe it's going to be such a beautiful thing seeing everyone's work.